And the other
Mhm.
one is to be mindful of the power dynamic, right? Um, if your sitters perceive you as knowing more than they do, they can start to become reliant on you. They can start to think that you're special. They can start to think that you have a talent that they can't develop. This is absolutely not the
Oh, yeah, yeah,
case.
yeah.
Absolutely not the case. Now, granted, not everyone wants to go out and develop their intuition or become a medium. And so you want to use others who have developed that talent. I don't want to become a doctor, but I'm happy to use the talents of a doctor. I don't want to
Right.
become a lawyer, but I'm happy to use the talents of a lawyer. But I'm not going to become codependent with them, nor should the lawyer or the doctor make me codependent on them. Sadly, doctors do that. The medical establishment is designed to make you codependent because that's how they make money. That's another story.
Sure, but even a doctor will say, "Hey, take two of these and call me in the morning." That's kind of like putting the power back into your hands a little bit. Or when the doctor says, maybe you should stop eating those donuts, like
Yeah.
your cholesterol is a little bad. Okay, that's putting the power back into your own
Because
hands.
it is a two-way street, and that's the whole
Right,
point of this ethic or this responsibility.
right.
Don't let
So
people become addicted to you just because you can make money off them.
this is
No, 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 no.
literally my pet peeve in this whole community are psychic mediums or just gurus who want to talk about it. Um, but they don't empower the other person. They don't either give them the tools to fix it themselves
Right.
or educate them to a specific point
Mhm.
to where they can start to develop their own skills. They want them to be constantly dependent on them for help or if something happens, and it's just infuriating.
Right.
I just
Well, that's
get
why we're doing this channel, right? That's what the whole
Yeah.
thing is we're trying to give people tools and insights where they can empower themselves. We get nothing for this. So like and subscribe, by the way, because
Yeah.
the more viewers we get, we can, we need at least 100 subscribers and some viewers so that we can continue to maybe
It's the energy
monetize this site.
exchange. We want the
But
energy exchange.
we are doing this because we love it and because we want to empower others and help others to grow.
But
And
that's just
that's the
it.
kind of person you want to seek.
I'm sorry, like my intentions with this whole channel, not the whole channel, but partly it was because like I don't like to repeat myself. Like I'm really bad. I don't like to repeat
Right.
myself.
You
And
can go
so
watch this video and get that
go watch
information
this
there.
video. Carol and I have discussed it in massive detail, probably more detail than you could ever hope to desire. And there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah. Right.
Right. So
Exactly. Yeah.
it puts the power back in the client's hand. And that's what I love about good mediums is that the information should be uplifting. It should be, empowering, like I keep
Right.
saying over and over again, I guess. But
But even
that's
good psychics or good tarot readers, because people will go get a tarot card reading, every month or every week or something. And I'm like, if you're just getting information, what kind of information is it? Is it, oh, yeah, you're going to get the job? Or, oh, I mean, and I understand these things are important to people, but what
right.
are you doing to change yourself? How are you empowering yourself so that you can either become more intuitive or become more connected, or that you're moving in the direction towards the goals that you want? It's a two-way street.
Right.
And we have a responsibility to watch that power dynamic, because if the sitter won't watch it for themselves, we have to watch it for them.
Right. So you need to be careful of the people that are constantly asking you for readings
Right.
or constantly, they won't even live their lives without asking you first. Oh, can you pull cards for me? Oh, well, do you think, this is going to happen for me? Oh, and you're like, okay, have you meditated on this lately?
Right.
Have you, and I get it. Not everybody can do that. Like we can, and that's, why we do what we do. But I still really wholeheartedly believe that a majority of the people do have these gifts and they can cultivate it. And you don't need me to tell you. You can do it for
Sometimes people are
yourself.
too busy, or their life is hectic and they get frustrated. We get stuck. I get stuck. I called you the other day.
I know,
Pull
I know.
cards for me.
I know. Even the psychics
We
need
get
psychic
stuck.
readings. I know. I
We
know.
all
It's
get
true.
stuck.
It's true. But then when we do give each other readings, what do we say to each other? it's always, pull your head out of your ass, or,
It's
you know, some
knowledge, we talked about that, make sure that,
constructive criticism.
we're trying to provide awareness, knowledge, understanding, right? We're trying to empower that person to give them something that they just are incapable of giving themselves in that moment.
Right.
If I'm doing a sit, that's why I like connecting with people's, what I call their spiritual team. It's great to connect with spirit, and I love connecting with spirit because they give messages and evidence and validation. But when you're connecting with your team or your guides, it's like they're going to give you information to help you move forward. What you do with that information is up to you. And I've even had people say, I understand that I need to do that. You're telling me things that I already know. The problem is I don't know how to do that. And I will go back and say, okay, team, they need to know steps. How do they do this? What do they do?
Right.
Sometimes that comes up in the session and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's one of those things they have to walk through it, which seems like
Right.
a
Right.
cop out, but it's the reality of it.
Well, no, and sometimes things don't come the way, or the answers don't come the way we hope.
Right.
It's like,
Right. Very true.
Timing's not right, or,
Right.
you're going to have to do this first, and it's
Right.
not really happy news, but they usually give you some sort of plan, I guess, is the thing.
Yeah.
Something to go off of that will make you feel better, to take the next step, which is what empowering.
Which is what, right? Knowledge, understanding, awareness. Exactly. So it's just, again, just to reiterate, it's about watching the power dynamic, right? Because I think ultimately that is our responsibility. But if you're a sitter and you find yourself doing that, you can maybe take a look
Well,
at
as
why
the
why
sitter,
you have that need to do that.
right. And as the sitter, I would, I don't know why, but I feel like need to rewatch the discernment of evil video, because ironically, I was listening to it, and a lot of what we're talking about is like, it's all about intention, and
So how,
it's
what in there
about
vibed with
the
you that relates
energy.
to this?
I guess it was because I wasn't sure then if we were going to be doing the sitter or the reader. And I just thought to myself, if I was a sitter, and like, you need to have discernment over the medium that you're connecting with.
I can certainly put the link to that one in here. So then,
Some of the key things in there are just listen to it again. I don't know, but and I feel like I had to say that. So
yeah,
there is,
no. I will definitely put the link down in the show notes. If you recommend it, anybody wants to watch it, and it'll
yeah,
be at the end of this video where you can just click on it and it'll take you to
because
that one
I think
next.
what it is when it, like, let's say, oh, maybe I'm jumping ahead, but when we talk, like, let's say you get some information, and it doesn't really resonate, and somebody just gives you the information, are you just supposed to take it? Well, that's a good question. I think you should
Yeah, we'll save
have
that for sitter
discernment.
responsibility. And we did kind of address that a little bit, though, by saying it's up to you as to whether or not, you decide whether or not that's valid for you or not.
Right, right.